is Neenu, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science. So today in this video lecture, I'll be discussing about the filter commands that is commonly used in Linux. So we'll first see what actually a filter is. So in Linux, we have commands for fetching the input from a standard input, and some manipulations are done on that fetched input, and the output is sent to the standard output file. So in between this fetching the input and producing the output, some kind of filtering operations are done. So the commands used for this filtering operations are referred to as filtering commands or simply a filter. So basically, a filter is a program that reads standard input, performs an operation upon it, and writes the result to the standard output. So filter is used for formatting our output or printing it to look better. So these filters are used to display the contents in some sorted order, or to print in some extract the lines and print it some specified pattern or in a formatted way, etc. So in this video, I'll be discussing 5 filter commands, that is PR command, head command, tail command, cut command, and unique command. So first we'll see what is PR command. So PR command stands for printing. So this command is basically used to print the contents of the file. This command prints the files to the standard input, and it also formats the file to make it look better when printed. It formats the contents of the file by inserting appropriate headers and footers. So the headers will be having the details like the last modification date, that is when was the file last modified, along with the time, and it also have the details like program name, page number, etc. So the general format for using the PR command is PR options file name. So PR is the command which we are discussing now. Options is a field that will give a different meaning to the PR command. That is, every time an option is used, it will give a different meaning to the PR command. Actually, this options field is optional. We can omit that. Without that, it will work. So the file name is the field for specifying the file which we want to apply this PR command. So we'll see the options used with the PR command. So we have various options that can be used with a PR command, and the first one is -L. Along with that, a number can be specified. So for every file, we have a normal page size. So by using -L option and specifying a number along with that, we can change the page size of that particular file to the specified page size here. That is, we can specify the page size in the field number. So -L is basically used to change the page size of the file. It will change the page size to the specified number of files. Then the next one is -D. -D option is used for just doubling the spacing. That is, a normal file have a normal spacing and all, but when this -D option is used with the PR command, it will just double the line spacing. And the next option is -H. Along with that, a header can be provided, and this header string will be used as the page header when this -H is used with PR command. And then the next option is -t. It will simply omit the page headers and footers when this -T is used with PR command. So it will be printing the output, omitting the headers and footers. And the next one is -N. So it will print when this -N is used with the PR command, it will print the contents of the file along with the line number. So each line will be preceded by its line number. So the next option is minus. Along with that, a number can be provided. For example, if we are given the number as 3, the PR command will be preparing the output in 3 lines. That is, when a number is specified along with a minus sign, it prepares the output in that specified number of lines. One example is given for PR command, that is PR minus n sample text. So we have just discussed that is minus n is for numbering the lines. So the text file will be printed along with line numbers. So I hope this PR command is clear. So next, the second filter command is head command. So head command is, as the name suggests, it will display the top n number of contents in that file. That is, head command is used to display the first parts of a file. By default, it will be printing the first 10 lines. We can print any number of lines by giving the appropriate options, but by default, it will be printing the first 10 lines. So head, as the name suggests, the top parts will be printed. So for using the head command, we have a general format, that is syntax, head, options, file name. The syntax is somewhat similar to what we had discussed in PR command. So head is the command we are discussing now. So options is along with the head command, we can have many options which will be giving additional meaning to this command, and the file name is the name of the file that we want to apply this head command. And now in this file name field, we can have any number of files. If more than one file name is provided, then the data from each file will be printed along with it, which is preceded by its file name. So we'll see now what all are the options that can be used with head command. So the options used with head command, the first one is minus n. Along with that, we can specify a number. So it will be printing the first specified number of lines. If the number specified is 15, then the first 15 lines will be printed. So minus c, this is similar, but in this case, in minus n option, it will be printing the line wise. But in this case, we will be considering the bytes. So if you are specifying the number as 5 minus c 5, then it will be printing the first 5 byte positions only. Not that in this minus n, it will be printing the first n lines, and here minus c, it will be printing first n byte positions. So the last one is minus v. So minus v, here when used with the head command, it will be printing the headers along with the file name. So one example is given, head minus n 3 sample dot text. So minus n is for printing the first specified number of lines. So the number is specified, that is 3. So first 3 lines will be printed. So the next one is tail command. So if there is a head, there is a tail. So tail command is somewhat similar to head command, but it works just opposite to that of head command. Tail command prints the last part of the file. That is, head command was printing the top part, and this tail command will be printing the bottom part. So tail outputs the last part, that is by default 10 lines. Last 10 lines will be printed. The general format for using this tail command is tail, options, and file name. So we'll see what all are the options that can be used with this tail command. So the options used with tail command is almost similar to, not almost, it is similar to that of head command, that is minus n, minus c, and minus v. So the only difference is that it will be printing the last part, that is minus n along with the number specified. Then it will be printing the last specified number of files. That is, if 3 is specified, then it will be printing last 3 lines of the file, and minus 3, and along with that a number is specified, and if it is 5, then last 5 bytes of that file will be printed. And the last portion is last option is minus v, and it is same as that in head command, that is it will print the header giving the file names. So the next command is cut command. So in general, cutting means slicing of a part and extracting something. So in Linux also, cut command works in that similar way. That is, this command is used to cut the columns of fields of a specified file and writes the result to the standard output. From the file, we will be slicing off or filtering off a specified part and it will be written to the standard output. So it can be used to cut parts of a line by byte position or by character or by field. We can cut the parts by the division can be done by byte, character and field. So the syntax is somewhat different with the previous ones, because in this case this option field is a mandatory one. That is, we can't omit that option field. In the previous commands, the option field was optional and the command will work without this options. So, but in this case, it is necessary to specify option with the command, otherwise it will be generating an error. So, we'll see what are the options. We have discussed, that is, we can cut the lines by byte, character and field. So the options are used that can be used with the cut command are -b, -c, -f and -d. -b, that is, it will be we can specify numbers and range along with this three options. So along with the -b, we can specify 1, 2, 3, etc. Or we can specify the range 1 to 5, 5 to 10, etc. So it will be selecting only these bytes, only that range or only that particular bytes from that, and it will be displayed. So if -c is used with cut command, we can also specify the numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. or the range can be specified along with -c. Then only these characters will be extracted and displayed. So -f is similar, that is, we can specify the numbers along with this -f and only that fields will be displayed. So along with this this f of option, we can also specify another option called -d, that is for specifying an additional delimiter. Because by default in Linux, we'll be using tab as the default delimiter. But for specifying any other, an alternative delimiter, we can specify it using the -d option. So then onwards, the fields will be separated according to that delimiter. So -d along with that a delimiter, blank space, anything can be mentioned. So it will be using that character specified as the field delimiter. Now we'll see all these options with the help of the example, so it will be much more clear. So we'll see the options that can be used with the cut command with the help of the examples. So let us consider two files having name state and capital. That is, state file will be having 5 state names and the capital file will be having the corresponding capitals. So the first example, cut -b 1, 2, 3 state.txt. That is, -b option is used to select only the specified byte positions. So here we have specified only first, second and third bytes which is applied to the state file. So from the first line only the first, second and third byte is extracted and printed, that is A and B. And same as in second line, that is only first, second and third byte is printed. Same in all the other lines, only the first, second and third byte positions will be printed. So this is -b option. I hope it is clear. So we'll see the next example. The next example is it will be showing the -c option. So -c option, that is -c 257 state.txt, that is it will be uh, slicing of this character positions only, that is second character, fifth character and seventh character. We'll look the previous example. In the first line, the second character is n. So you can see the n is printed. So in next, the fifth character is printed. So in the example, you can see the fifth character is r. So it is printed, and now we have to print the seventh character. So in this case, in the first case, seventh character is a blank space. It is treated as a character. So the blank space is printed. That's why only two letters are printed. Similar to this, all other lines are printed by extracting second, fifth and seventh character. So we'll see the next example, which is a combination of minus D and minus F option. That is cut minus D, and we have specified the delimiter as space, blank space, and now minus F 1. One is only one field have to be extracted from the state file. So we'll see the output till a blank space. We have to cut of one field. So we'll see the example till the space. The first field is Andhra, so it is printed. So in the second case, till blank space, it is Arunachal, so it is printed. Rest of the names have only one field, so it is printed. So I hope these options are clear. So next, the fifth command is unique command. So this command in Linux is a command line utility that reports or filters out the repeated lines in a file. It will just filters out. It will be just eliminating the duplicate lines in the file. For this unique command, we have a general format, that is unique, option and file name. Option is still an optional field, and we'll see what all are the options that can be used with this unique command. So the options that can be used with the unique command are minus D, minus U, minus I and minus C. Minus D, when used with this unique command, will be displaying only the duplicate lines in that file. In that file, there may be many duplicate lines and all. So when this command along with the minus D option is used, it will be displaying only those duplicate lines in that file. And minus U option will be displaying only the unique lines in that file when used with this unique command. And minus I option, that is in Linux, normally the comparisons are case sensitive. So when this minus I option is used with this unique command, the comparisons will be case insensitive. So last one is minus C. Minus C will be displaying the lines by eliminating the duplicate lines, and will be prefixing the lines with a number which will represent how many times those lines have been occurred in that particular file. So these all are the options that can be used with unique. And now we'll see these options with the help of the examples. So in the example, we have a text file named kt.txt, which contains repeated lines that needs to be omitted. So we want to print the details of kt text file by eliminating the repeated lines. So the contents of the text file is this: I love music, which is repeated 3 times, and music is life is repeated 2 times, and thanks is a unique line. So the first example, I'm not using any option here, that is simple unique command. So the output will be just omitting the repeated lines, and will be printing the output, that is every line is a unique line in this output, that is no line is repeated, the repeated lines are eliminated. So now the second example is a unique minus D kt.text. So minus D option is used to display only the duplicate lines, that is the repeated lines in the file. So as we have just seen that in this file only the repeated lines are I love music and music is life. So only those lines are printed. The thanks is not a repeated line, so it is omitted, and the duplicate lines are only printed. So the third option is minus C, that is unique minus C kt.text. So it will be eliminating the duplicate lines, and it will be prefixing with a number which will indicate how many times these duplicate lines have occurred in the particular file. So I love music has occurred in that particular file 3 times. So 3 indicates that repetition in that file. So music is live occurred 2 times, so to indicate that repetition. Thanks is not repeated, so only 1 is mentioned. So this is minus C option, and now we'll see the fourth example is minus I option. For that we have a file called file4.txt. This has details like I love music in uppercase, I love music in lowercase, and thanks in uppercase. So minus I performs the comparisons that is not without considering the case of the characters, that is the comparisons are case insensitive, so both uppercase and lowercase will be treated as the same. So in this file these both are duplicate lines, so only one line will be printed, that is which comes first in that file, which is in uppercase, only that will be printed. The second line is omitted and the third line is printed because that is not repeated. So this is minus I option. So today I discussed some of the filter commands that is commonly used in Linux, that is PR, head, tail, cut, and unique. So this performs just formatting the file and printing it to the standard output. I hope it is clear. Thank you.